Alright dude, so Dead has been taking a break for a while, and now that he's back, YouTube has made some changes. You can't say words like fuck anymore. They've basically cracked down on everything, and TOS is actually fucking retarded now. So, I don't even know what to do. I don't think my clone here is going to be able to survive. I would like to see him try to survive in this YouTube climate, but here he is. Dead's back to YouTube, boys.
Alright, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video on the planet. Changing up the intro a bit because I found out a small amount of people who watch my videos are actually children. Why are you watching my videos and not playing with Legos, bro? It's your bedtime. No, but for real, in the last video, I did a little bit of a face cam cameo, and a few people were asking about why I had a black eye. So I figured you guys have been asking about the black eye. You guys have been pestering me for a story time. So why not just knock out two stones with one bird? Two. You guys know the fucking saying, man. Also, hopefully you guys will enjoy the Star Wars Battlefront 2 gameplay. It's just me running around with my nephew trying to level up some characters we don't really play as, but apparently the game's trending again, so I'm trying to get my nephew pretty good at the game. You know, I used to play the game religiously, as you guys know. So yeah, if you mess with the Star Wars Battlefront gameplay, let me know. Maybe I'll make another video with it or about it, and we'll see. But regardless, this video is a story time about just a few weeks ago when I got assaulted at a goth concert. Play that intro.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get.
Alright, so this story takes place about 2 or 3 weeks ago, if I remember correctly. I don't know, I'm kind of messed up in the head now. And if you guys don't know much about my personal life, I will say one thing I like to do is go to concerts. I like to listen to music, see it live, be with a lot of people who enjoy the music as well, get in a few mosh pits. And for those of you that don't know what a mosh pit is, it's basically where a circle opens up when you're at a concert and the people inside that circle violently beat the shit out of each other. But don't worry, people aren't getting beat up because they hate each other, they're getting beat up because they like the music. This is really hard to explain to any parent watching the video. But anyway, surprisingly, what I'm about to talk about didn't happen in a mosh pit. It happened at a goth show.
You know, one is good and emos are horrible. They're posers.
Emos suck my golf balls.
So for the last few weeks, this friend group I'm in had been planning to go to this goth concert at a local venue. Now, I want you guys to know, I like goth music, but I'm not so far into goth music that I know like all the little minuscule details of it, you know what I mean? Like I would say I like a lot of the popular and semi-popular bands, but I don't know like the ones at the very bottom of the list, if that makes sense. But anyway, for the last few weeks at this point, my girlfriend and her best friend who, for now, we're just gonna say that her name is Organs, okay? Dude, I don't feel like asking permission to use real names, even though I know they wouldn't care, so we're just gonna use something in the same ballpark. So my girlfriend and Organs are asking me if I want to go to this concert with them, and I say, okay, as long as I can bring a friend. They're like, okay, cool. So I of course ask the magical question, who are we seeing? You know, what band are we going to go see? And so I'm told that we're going to go see Genitorturers, which if you don't know who Genitorturers is, don't worry, I didn't either. They are an American industrial metal band with influences extending into the 1990s hardcore punk and electronic music. Yeah, no, that's not at all the way I would describe them is, yes, they're an industrial band, but they have a very theatrical side to the performance, you know what I mean? Like, they're acting out things, they're doing things that are gonna make you go, oh my god, you know, without getting into too much detail, which of course I'll get to later in the story. Also, for some reason at this point, I don't bother doing a 2 to 3 second Google search of research to see who I'm going to go see in concert, but I just say, sure, I'll go without even, you know, looking into anything. But anyways, I go and I talk to my friends. We're gonna call him Jiggles, okay? Me and Jiggles, we're talking in the DMs, we're friends.
They were friends, they were talking in the DM.
So then I find out my homie Jiggles is coming to the concert, and I'm like, we're gonna have a great time, okay? So the time rolls around, we get to the venue, right? Also, I kind of put myself in a weird situation because I'm the only one in my group who's not looking like the other members. Like, they're all wearing goth makeup, and I'm just wearing like a fucking leather jacket. But we're walking around the venue, okay? We go up to the bar, I get some chicken tenders and fries, which was $20, by the way. That's way too much money for chicken and fries, okay? And that shit was ass too. And so while we're at the bar, you know, one of us gets a beer. I personally got I don't remember what I got. So anyway, we head outside to go eat our disgusting food next to a bunch of people smoking and drinking. So that's fun. You love dealing with that stuff. And so for the first 15 seconds, I'm a little bit annoyed because I really want to be going and listening to the music, but then I realize I don't really care about any of them. Because if you've never been to a concert, let's say you're going to see Justin Bieber is going to play last because there's like 6 opener people who are going to play before him to build up the hype. I don't know. But anyways, I'm sitting outside eating my nasty chicken nuggets, and this is actually important to the story, okay? I'm not just making filler content to stretch the video to 10 minutes. But next to me while I'm eating is this girl, okay? And she's really, really, really loud. She's also very, very intoxicated, or at least getting to that point. And my friends, I think they were trying to talk about like what kind of music everybody likes. I can't hear a single thing they're saying because to the left of me is this annoying girl talking about Fast and Furious and Dom Toretto, I don't, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I don't know. I never watched the movie. All I know is the We Are Family or whatever. But I'll tell you what, dude, I know more about Fast and Furious now than I ever did because of this annoying ass girl, okay? And she's just yelling from across the room. And I really just want to walk over there and say, hey, can you shut the fuck up, please? I'm trying to eat my damn chicken nuggets. But I held my tongue for 30 minutes until one of my friends said, hey, let's go inside the venue because I think Genitorturers is about to go on stage and I want to get a good view. So we all get in front of the stage. We're like pretty much at least, if not a row, 2 rows behind. We're very, very close to the stage. I can probably lick it. Not that I would actually do that. I would not get any pleasure out of licking a stage. I'd probably get cancer. Anyway, getting on with the actual show. So this dude comes out and he's, I guess, kind of like, if this was a circus, he would be like the clown, right? Like he's gonna do really interesting things without talking. And as soon as this guy came out and started doing things, it made me realize this is gonna be a very theatrical band because this dude is blowing up a balloon, right? Like he was blowing up a balloon like he's gonna twist it, make an animal out of it, and he just deep throats the whole thing. And dude, it was at least like 30 inches long. And then his next trick, he drank Jack Daniels through a straw that went through his nose into his mouth, and he drank it like that. I was like, dude, what the and then he was doing this thing where people would bring money out of their pocket and they'd staple it onto his body. So he was walking around like pretty much almost naked, covered in money. And I'm like, what the fuck is this show? Like, what am I about to watch? Anyway, I don't remember anything else that guy did, just besides some really crazy stuff like that. But the band actually comes out, okay? And I immediately realized it's supposed to be like, I don't know the word. I don't want to say like erotic. But it's kind of like a Playboy kind of band, because like in the middle of the songs people come out and like they're wearing like tape, you know, kind of skimpy outfits, and they're doing dances, ensemble kind of things. Burlesque is the word I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure the word's burlesque. So they were doing that, and you know, I mean, that's it. It's cool, it's interesting, you know. I'm personally not looking at it because I'm trying to you know, I have a girlfriend, really. I'm not trying to live. So I was really just paying attention to the music, and I will say, like, overall, to rate the actual music, it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Jin, I'm pretty sure is the lead singer, Genitorturers, Jin. Pretty good, pretty interesting vocal lyrics, pretty interesting style. The guitarist was kind of a show-off, but he was kind of cool. The drummer was a drummer, I'll say that much. Now, the bassist is another story, and for all the people watching the video that happen to be Morbid Angel fans, I feel like you're gonna really like this. So, looking back on Google right now, one of the most popular things that people will search for after Genitorturers is David Vincent, who is the bassist and singer of Morbid Angel. And if you look up on screen, the bassist of Genitorturers looks like the Great Value Dollar Tree version of David Vincent. But anyway, so now that you guys kind of know what I'm going through at this point, the music's pretty good, the theatrics are pretty okay. It's an enjoyable show, right? Well, that's when everything goes to fucking shit, dude. All of a sudden, that green-haired bitch from earlier in the story talking about Fast and Furious is now next to me and, you know, touching all over my face, hitting my hair. I was wearing a hat, knocking my hat off of my head, dude. Just being annoying. But this bitch is like pouring her drink out on me and the homie Jippy. I changed his name, by the way. His name is now Jippy. And yeah, she's just like being annoying and like getting her hands on our face. Like, we can't really enjoy the show because she's being annoying. And just when I say to myself, dude, this can't get any worse, she starts throwing ass at me. Like, bro, I'm not trying to catch that shit. So now I have this bitch who's like trying to grind all over me, which has to be some form of sexual harassment. I'm looking over at Jippy. I'm like, I'm like making a face like I'm so uncomfortable. Get me out of this situation. And then I'm kind of like slightly trying to get her off of me because, dude, I'm not trying to sit here with a girl throwing ass on me, but I'm also not trying to be the guy to physically remove her from me because I just don't want shit to get knocked out of hand. I move aside and she falls. And dude, I'm trying my hardest not to laugh. I look to my left. Jippy is like mouth wide open, crying. He's laughing so hard. She gets up, she looks pissed at Jippy. I guess Jippy found a way to like kind of negotiate the situation down a little bit. But anyway, that was the last time the whole night that she grinded on me, and I was very happy about it. But then this bitch starts taking her drink and rubbing it on my girlfriend and her friend Oregon's like legs and their back, and just like getting really close. And they're getting pretty pissed off. I can tell that they're very, very upset by this. And then of course, you know, the constant shoving back at me. And I want you to know I'm enduring this pain of getting twerked on, shoved on, watching my friends get touched for at least 30 minutes. Okay, this is 30 minutes of me trying not to basically act out of character. Anyway, at some point I get really pissed off and I put my arm out in between the girl and my friends and I kind of give her a slight shove and I say, bro, chill the fuck out. Next thing I know, dude, the fucking Undertaker, if he was a fat ass Redditor mod, grabs me by my hair, pulls me back and starts pounding into my face. And I'm talking, this dude was at least 7 feet tall, maybe 400 pounds. I would not be surprised if he was a WWE wrestler. Next thing I know, I'm getting pounded into my face, into my nose. He punched me in the fucking eyeball. And according to a bunch of my friends, I was able to get some pretty fucking nasty shots back at him, like just going ham on the big man, dude. Then all of a sudden, I guess he becomes a big softie because he grabs me by the throat and extends his arms out to where I can't even touch him. So now not only did this pussy just assault me for no fucking reason, he's holding me in a chokehold so I can't even attack back. And I know what you're all probably thinking, Dad, why didn't you just go to kick him in the shins? Well, why didn't you just kick him in the balls? That would have worked. Well, first of all, dude, I don't fight like a pussy, okay? I actually use fist. I don't use the kicking bullshit. But second of all, as soon as I was able to break free from his grasp, I'm leaning on someone fighting mental demons, trying to play this like little mental game where I don't pass out, okay? Because I've only probably been knocked out once or twice in my life, and for anyone who's never been knocked out before, you have to play this mental game in your head so you don't go to sleep. I just realized I'm making myself sound like a delinquent when in reality it was just me in middle school with a bunch of friends who we all wanted to be boxers and WWE wrestlers, but we didn't know how to do it. Anyway, back to the story. So I go over to security, and this is like the show's already ended at this point. Like they finished their set. I go to the security. I'm like, hey dude, I just got assaulted. And shout out to the security guard. I think his name was like Jason or something. He's a real cool guy. He was like, dude, you got assaulted? I was like, yeah, dude, I got punched in the eyeball. He was like, oh shit. They take the dude out of the building. I'm pretty sure they had the cops talking to him or something. He got like a trespass or something. I don't know. Anyway, me and Jippy are sitting like on the end of the hall basically of the venue, and we're just kind of sitting there and on some chairs looking at Instagram reels. And apparently the lead singer Jen of Genitorturers is like, hey, I saw you guys were with that curly hair guy. Is he okay? I saw him get punched. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. And if there's a chance that Genitorturers is watching this video, which I highly fucking doubt, dude, I really appreciated the set, dude. It was really cool despite the fact I got fucking assaulted. So yeah, then 30 minutes after the show, we leave and they're wanting to go take pictures, okay? Well, apparently I'm sitting on the curb looking like a fucking drug addict, like slumped over I passed out apparently on the sidewalk because I wake up in the car and I'm like, dude, where the fuck am I? But yeah, anyway, long story short, nothing actually happened to that dude. I don't know who the fuck assaulted me, but apparently the reasoning behind it was that was the dude's girlfriend. What the fuck? So I guess he thought I was trying to like hit on his girl or like be mean to his girl or some shit. How fucking drunk are you to the point where you can't see how drunk your girlfriend is? Like, excuse me? I mean, there's just no way in the world I would ever let my significant other, much less my friends, get so drunk to the point that they're interrupting another person's concert enjoyment. But you want to step in because you think I am trying to make moves on your girl who's throwing ass on me. Got you. Well, anyways, moving on from the actual story, I'm sure you guys are wondering, dude, how did you recover? What happened? Did you get a black eye? Did you get a broken nose? Did you get a concussion? Did you have to get surgery? Did you have to, you know, go to the grave and come back? Dude, I'm gonna tell you. Dude, I got this. Yeah, that on screen is that's what he left. And then here is next day. And then here's a week later. I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping to look like, you know, Anakin when he is about to become Vader, or when you take the mask off and he looks like a fucking egg with ketchup on it. I guess I'm honestly more disappointed in the outcome, because if I showed you this picture first, you would have been like, holy shit, dude. His eye's gonna be falling out. It's gonna be black all over purple. He's gonna have his eyeball popped out of his head. And then you see this. Like, dude, did I put a fucking shit stain on my face? Like, what is that? I guess I'm honestly just more disappointed on how a 7-foot fat ass can do less damage to my face than YouTube has done to its own site. I don't know, but I mean, that's pretty much the story, dude. I got assaulted and I was fine. Like, literally fine the next day. I have no idea what was going on. Well, I guess if there's anything to take away from this story, the moral of this story, if you will, if you're ever uncomfortable about a drunk bitch throwing ass on you, you just gotta accept your fate, man, or else Mr. Pillowhands is, he's gonna touch you. If you don't leave a like on the video, he might touch you. But in all seriousness, thank you guys so much for sticking to the end and hearing the entire story. I still actually cannot believe this happened. But yeah, if you were following me on Instagram, which is up on screen right now and it's in the description, you would have already known about this, because I tend to post things on Instagram before I post them here. And some of you might be wondering, are you gonna press charges? No, dude, I don't give a fuck. I mean, the dude was drunk anyway, so it's the alcohol's fault, but I mean, with that being said, he's still a piece of shit. But hey, it did make for a pretty good story time, so I hope that you guys did go on to enjoy this story time, and if you want more of these, let me know. I got a few more for you, actually, that I could probably cook out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in hopefully the next actual real video, if not this week, then next week. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys there. I love you guys so much. Don't get anybody pregnant unless they're hot, and don't get assaulted by Mr. Pillowhands, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.